Hey everyone, this is Jackie Cooper with J. Cooper Travels Talk Show. And thank you everyone for hopping on and listening. This is a really special episode with a friend that I met on Alignable, and I'm going to introduce her in a quick second. For those that might not know about J. Cooper Travels Talk Show, I started it last year during COVID, and for those that might be aware, I have many different hats that I do. And one of them is I'm a certified travel consultant, so I can help you with bookings as well as travel insurance. And last year, I was hoping that the travel talk show would focus on places to go, but then COVID happened. So with us not traveling, I was meeting a lot of great connections on LinkedIn. I realized that there were many stories that needed to be shared and told. So I rebranded J. Cooper Travels, and it's all about how do we travel in life, both personally, both career-wise, family-wise, geographically, spiritually, wellness, everything that you can possibly imagine. So I've been connecting with people all over the world, and today we are kind of circling back to my home state of Maryland. But again, it's through the magic of social media that we're able to travel and actually meet new people. And I met this fabulous business person on Alignable, and she has such a wonderful, rich background. I'm going to let her describe it because she's been involved with so many great things and she's so successful. And I really want to support her in what she's doing with her business and her launch. So, Vatrice, welcome. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic, Jackie. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on the talk show. I really appreciate it because I think when we can make these organic connections, it's like a win-win for us and those 30 degrees beyond us.
I agree. I agree. Why don't you go ahead and, introduce yourself in terms of your business name. For those that might not be familiar with how a talk show works, there is a little block below. So if you're not near a paper and pen, don't fret. The links, the direct links to reach will be put there, but we will be mentioning the links about 3 times. So you'll have a little bit to go and get paper and pen if you're able to. And if you're driving and listening, then just remember, tune into J. Cooper Travels Talk Show and find this episode, and you'll be able to get the links. So, which business are we talking about today? And because I know you have multiple, but I know that you are you are so dedicated to helping individuals reach people through media. And so tell us a little bit more about how you became involved and what this is all about.
All right. My company is called Affinity Media Consulting, and we do three major services, but the one I'm going to talk about today has to do with East Potomac River Living Magazine. It is a magazine that I started on the franchise format of Best Virgin Media. So basically, with franchises, you get the ability to run your own business, but you also get the tools and resources that the franchisee um, provides to you. So the tools, the technology, and things like that. I've been in the publishing industry for about 30 years now. And I started out in my early career with a local newspaper in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And then I moved to another local paper and eventually USA Today. I've worked for the Chronicle of Higher Education, for Southern Living Magazine. So I've had my hands in this publishing field for some time. I've done everything from graphics, editorial, and also circulation. So I've won awards for editorial, which is writing, and also for graphic design. So my love is for publishing. And what I wanted to do is really help people connect. their local businesses with residents in different communities throughout. So my community magazine is focused on the neighborhoods in the Georgetown area of Palisades, Berkeley, and Foxhall Village. And the magazine is mailed to nearly 3,000 homeowners, but that distribution list continues to grow. And as far as demographics, the home values are between 2 and 6 million on average, and the average income is around 350,000 a year. So if your business wants to connect and really be put front and center with these residents, I'm the conduit through East Potomac River Living magazine.
I think it's awesome. Why don't you go ahead and share your screen
Okay.
as we talk about what you're doing? So I know that you actually, we're talking today about a local market. However, for those that might be listening, you actually have the ability to connect and support over 1,100 markets, both in the United States and Canada.
Yes.
So why don't you go ahead and mention again for those that are listening, how people can reach you. So
Okay.
that way, you can actually help them as well.
Well, you can reach me via email if that's best. It's Vatrice, V like Victor, ATRICE, at affinitymediaconsulting.com, or you can dial 202-715-2573 and select option 2.
So for those that are on our audio part of the talk show and not the vodcast part, you can actually go to my YouTube channel to see the media side of this. We are looking at a wonderful screen that talks about Best Version Media and how it customizes solutions for your area. And I'm looking at a variety of different covers
Mhm.
and in a lot of different neighborhoods. So do you want to describe a little bit more about what we're looking at?
Yes, so the covers that you see here, these are actual residents in these different communities. So each month we highlight a new resident, and that could be one person or a family of 12, just as long as they live in the neighborhood. And some of them have pets on included as well, because we're a pet friendly publication. But what we do is we have what we call a sponsorship of the feature family article. And your business is able to sponsor this article that runs 3 pages long. We include a slug with your logo, thanking you for sponsoring that month, as well as a half-page ad that runs on the opposite side of the spread. So this is one way that we're able to create top of mind awareness with your business amongst these residents. There are other sponsorship opportunities that we have in the publication. You could sponsor a section, because we have 6 different sections in the magazine that are up for grabs. But also, we have an opportunity for you to be able to be an expert contributor, which I'll show here. The expert contributor allows you to have your photo or company logo along with the category area where you're an expert, and you'll get to have an ad each month along with that prominent positioning in the front of the magazine with your photo, as well as your ad appear every month. And you get to write an article once per quarter that provides education about something within your industry expertise. So you really have a chance to give your voice and speak directly to these residents and create that top of mind awareness and also that feeling good element of it. And you can sponsor other things like the real estate section. There are a lot of realtors who sponsor the real estate update, which is simply a listing of the homes that have sold in the last month in this community. And with your half page sponsorship ad below it, you're connected with homes being sold. Subconsciously, you're connected with that. So these are powerful ways for a person to reach residents in these micro-targeted communities. And we also had digital add-on that's an option for about $125 a month. You could run on Google or Facebook. And for anyone who has run digital ads before, you know that the cost is much higher than that to get a successful campaign going.
No, you're right about that. And what I love about what you're offering is the beauty of a magazine that can stay in someone's house. And then when they have neighbors coming, looking, they can also look through. And it also, just from a family perspective, and as a parent, I love the idea of kids reading and exploring. So, having that magazine is great. And then also from a business perspective, that connection to something that's good within the community is also really long-term a great way to associate your business. Now, I know you have we were talking offline, and you were explaining that the whole approach here is it's ads versus sponsorship, and there's a whole different type of mindset involved with that. Do you want to explain why this has so much more value than just straight advertising?
Well, sponsorships create a deeper connection. For example, Red Bull started years ago, and when they started, they had a small advertising budget. So, what they decided to do was go to ski slopes and skate park, ski areas, and start handing out their products to the different skiers. So, once they did that, it caught on with spectators. And so once that caught on, there was a synergy there and a demand for the product. So then they were able to afford putting their logos on uniforms. And so when you see people coming off of the slopes, you're seeing this Red Bull logo. So even today, even though they have a larger marketing budget, they know that the foundation of everything they do is centered around sponsorships because they understand when you put yourself inside a community or a specific niche of interest for people, then you get more long-term customer loyalty and you retain customers longer as well as build brand awareness.
So going back to you personally, you've been in the media and the publishing area, for a very long time. Um, what resonates with you? Why do you find this whole career path so important to you? I know that others might not be aware of, how much fun it is and the engagement, but what continues to draw you to this field?
Well, I like helping people build their brands. And so connecting residents with local business owners, it brings about a warm and fuzzy. It's a giving aspect in that. So that's the first thing that attracts me to it. And the second thing is for the residents. When I make these connections and do these referrals through the publication, I know they're in good hands. Because if you've ever been a homeowner and you've tried to find someone to service or do any type of thing on your repair or service for your home or anything, you really wanted to find someone you could trust and who was committed to doing quality work. So these individuals who decide to be sponsors in the publication, they've been vetted. So we have your best interest at heart. And I'm a person of integrity, and that's what makes it fun too, because I love it when a plan comes together,
Yeah.
and it shines. And then there's a unique thing for the children in these homes. We have a classified section specifically that children run their ads free of charge. They may be a dog walker, car wash person, whatever it may be. But this is specifically why we don't mail, we only mail the magazines and we don't place them in retail locations like coffee shops and things like that. We want to protect the security and the safety of the children who advertise in the publication. So when you see that there's a kid advertising in the publication, that gives it more of a community feeling. And also, we don't get involved in divisive topics. We keep everything feel good, friendly. Let's connect neighbors, bring people together in a very happy and positive setting.
Which is, again, I love all the messages that you're sharing for sure. Go ahead and share again how people can contact you.
You can contact me via 202-715-2573, and you can choose option 2, or you can send an email to me at vatrice@affinitymediaconsulting.com.
So, would you say, and this might not be a question that is easily answered, but would you say that you try to diversify the number of sponsors across the board, or is there a certain category that you do you try to get one business from every category, or are there a lot of I know there's a real estate sponsorship, are you how is the it being balanced in terms of how many sponsors and that type of thing?
We balanced it by the different types of, well, we break it down by industry first, and then what the person or the business offers. Because, say, for instance, you have a graphic designer, okay? A graphic designer does not, they have to focus on different areas. So maybe this graphic designer works on logo designs and that's all they do. And then you have another one who builds websites. And then you have another one who handles illustrations. So even though the three graphic designers, we try to balance out the types of service or the specialty within that industry. Now, I will tell you this, with the expert contributor, there's only one expert contributor per industry category, although other um, people within that particular industry are free to have sponsorships within the magazine. Does that help, Jacqui?
Yeah, no, that
Okay.
that's phenomenal, because again, I know I have many listeners and they are in multiple business categories. And so I know that they're going to have interest in figuring out where they can fit in. And especially, I know that there will be some that definitely want to do the expert side. So that way they can be featured and share content and quality information to the readers as well. So, everyone who is listening to this, definitely like and sponsor J. Cooper Travels, and that way you can follow additional episodes. I know Vatrice and I are talking about many, many different topics, and so there'll be ongoing episodes. Definitely reach back out so that way you can have a private consultation with her to learn more about this wonderful opportunity, because again, um, the timing might not be right for you now, but it might be right for you, a short time later, or it might be perfect for you now. So if you reach out now and it works, great. But as you're developing your business, I think it's really important to be looking at all sorts of platforms, print included. And I think, because of last year and COVID, we've become very social media, virtual, focused. But I think we need to kind of go back to our foundation, and the having books, having magazines, having newspapers. There's a certain quality of life that it represents, and I think that we need to go back to the basics of where we were before. So I welcome hearing the stories of who is connecting with who, and who connects with you. So I'm really excited about that. Any last minute thoughts that you have before we go?
Yeah, in terms of what you were saying as a wrap up, we're getting back to things that really mattered, that were intrinsic in value, and connecting with each other is what this community magazine is about. So it gets us back to a place where we slowed down and we took notice of humanity, and that is what this is about.
I agree with you. Appreciation of life, appreciation of each other, and just knowing who our neighborhood and our friends and our community is all about. I totally agree with you. Well, thank you for being on today. I look forward to our next conversation. And everyone, have a great day, and definitely remember to like and subscribe so you can hear what the next episode is all about. Have a good one.
Thank you.